What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode number 9 of the Screen Team podcast. I am Gus.
My name is Alex.
I'm Sal.
Damn it, man. Say it with some enthusiasm for once.
So
Yeah, you said it like all the way back here. I don't
I'm
even
Sal.
think they heard
I'm
that.
Sal.
I'm
Sal.
Sal.
Sal. Sal. Sal.
I'm
Sal.
Sal.
Sal. My name's Sal.
Okay. Today we're going to be talking about Uncut Gems and Queen and Slim. So we'll start with Uncut Gems because...
Yeah, okay.
Well, actually, I don't know.
We'll
Which
start with
you-
either one.
Which one? Which one do you want to start with?
We'll do. We'll-
Queen and Slim.
Okay, we'll do Queen and Slim first.
Okay. That's a little more fresh on my mind. So
yeah, you
that's
guys
fine. Yeah.
Alright,
Okay.
What do you guys
Okay.
think?
God, I need to stop doing that. All right.
Good
So
thing
I
it's
think-
anything, actually. I don't even know. what
I
Gus
like
said.
the movie.
But
It was...
I'm sensing a butt here.
it was good, but it
There
did
we
have
go.
its fair share of like leaps in logic for me.
Really?
Definitely.
Are you like
I felt
Alex?
like-
Definitely.
Are you?
No, not to that extent. I think Alex didn't
Leaps
like
of
it too.
logic?
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. But
So-
okay. Like, what are you talking about? Let's
So
get into
okay,
it.
so like for instance, the beginning of the movie with the cop like pulling them over and everything.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna
I-
start with-
I do understand like sometimes these like situations are like not as crazy as they actually are, and they just kind of happen.
And they're not as black and white either. They're always kind of like, this was really black and white. The situation where you had a racist
Mm.
cop and he was just flat out racist and it was just like, bam, I'm gonna do something really stupid.
Yeah,
It's-
but see, that's the thing. Like,
What?
well,
What is- okay.
that's not my issue really. I think
What are you talking about, Gus? Yeah.
I
what's your-
think it just went from
0 to 100.
yeah, really,
That's-
really, really, really quick.
I had said that. Just how it-
Because
No, you didn't.
Okay.
I think the cop like just like jumped really quick. Like he just
Well,
like he got like
Where where
Mad,
did
yeah.
it go 0 to 100? Because okay, I
once,
think
once they got out of the car, I think it was just,
After
like,
he made the comment,
to me that was.
oh, can you hurry
I
up?
think that was
Yeah.
the biggest.
And he didn't
jump.
even say it like,
There was
damn,
two
dude,
jumps.
hurry up. He didn't like say it with attitude. He just said, can you hurry up? And then he was like, what you say?
it's
Oh,
cold
it's
outside.
because it's cold.
Okay, I
He's
don't
like,
have a
what?
problem
And
with
he pulls out his gun. I'm like, what? What is going on?
I
Like,
have a problem with
what?
that. I have a problem with that.
It was. It
that
felt,
because
took me out of it.
he was a racist cop, right? Can we all agree
Yeah,
he was a
yeah.
racist cop?
Yeah.
Yeah, and since he was a racist cop, I think when he asked that question,
Mm.
I felt like he took it as like he was talking back at him or was talking.
No, I do get
like,
that.
Like he
I
felt like
understand
oh,
what
you
they're trying to
can't-
go
like,
for.
Don't talk to me like that. Like, and then he that's why he paused. And
Yeah.
I don't think he pulled his gun to shoot him because he would have just shot him if he was there to shoot him. If we
Mm.
wanted to kill him, we would have just killed him. Why not just shoot him right away? I think he pulled his gun to intimidate him,
yeah.
to scare him, and then he ended up shooting the girl out of because it was his reaction. Like right,
Yeah.
she came out of the car and then
Yeah.
she shot her. So I don't think he meant to shoot her either. Like it just kind of like it was a reaction.
So
He didn't, but he
So it was an accident.
No.
You're
no.
making it seem like, oh, that wasn't his intention.
No.
I mean, he pulled out a gun. Period.
Yeah, his intention
just
was
gonna-
not to kill them. That was not his intention. I don't think so. His intention was
Yeah.
to make their life. I mean, he might wanted to, but I don't think that was his intention that day. He just wanted to be a douche.
Yeah.
and scare them, intimidate them.
So there was like a line like that was kind of a throwaway line like later on, but apparently that cop had killed somebody before.
yeah,
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
that confirmed
Yeah.
that he was a racist. cop.
Yeah.
I
So
don't-
Yeah,
So-
that made me feel a little bit more okay about the situation, but still, it was like, no, they could have done it a little
see
differently.
that's not even like my whole issue either. So like, okay, everything happens. The cop shoots her, and then they wrestle the gun away from him, and then he somehow kills the cop. Like, I mean, he wasn't like, I mean, he's never. It seems as though he had never used the gun
Yeah.
before in my eyes, right?
the gun was already okay. Keep going.
Yeah,
What does
no,
that
I'm
mean?
not saying like that. He doesn't know how to use it at all, but like, I mean, he headshot him.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
guess?
Just
I
got
don't-
it right away and just
like,
bam.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, like
like,
I don't know.
All of a sudden, he's
Wait,
a pro.
whatever.
What are you
Whatever-
talking about?
whatever, it doesn't matter.
The gun
Yeah.
was right there. All you have to do is pick up a gun and shoot. Everyone knows how to do that.
yeah.
Why you-
but,
no
I
one
mean,
needs to be
like,
an
you can,
expert.
like miss, like
Yeah.
I
He
mean,
was 2 feet away from him.
Okay.
He was
Uh,
2 feet away from
it's
him.
Okay,
It's
yeah,
not that hard.
Yeah, no. Anyways, continuing with what my like real issue was, the girl is like an attorney, like
Yeah.
and her decision was to run away.
That was yes. That was a big issue.
that
for
was
me.
that was the thing that
was a
bothered me
big
because
issue. I was like, wait,
I get where she's coming from because she obviously understands how the law works and that they're probably screwed if they do just turn themselves in.
Okay.
But
so then,
I also was like, I mean, if you're an attorney, like, you should know, like, there's nothing you can do, like, to get out of this. Like, you're not gonna.
There's
like,
nothing she can do.
Yeah, like, I mean, she
No.
seems she like was like, okay, like, let's just run, like, let's just get out of here, like, okay, like, what is that gonna do? Like, they're like, let's make a plan.
I think they should have made
after,
it. Yeah.
and then they never even try to make a plan. They're like, okay, let's just go to Cuba, like.
Yeah, they just kept going.
Yeah, like, they
No,
didn't, like, try to
I had
find a
issue with
resolution
them them running after it being that black and white.
Mhm.
Like, obviously the cop was at fault. I had an issue with her being an attorney. It's like, okay, if you're a fucking attorney, this is one of the million cases that 1 in a million case that you'll actually win in this scenario because it was so black and white. It was so dumb. Like,
Yeah.
that's why I had an issue with them making it so, like, obviously it was the cop's fault. Anybody who sees this videotape, anybody who sees this situation is obviously going to believe it's the cop's fault, right? So I had the issue with them running.
No, I don't think
after
so.
that. They should have
so.
made it a little more like, and people might think it the other way. People might think it's their fault. Like,
No.
we gotta run, like, well, for sure, because we're black, and like people are gonna see
I
it
don't.
the other way. We gotta go.
It wasn't obvious that it was the cop's fault.
It was so stupid obvious.
Well, if it was obvious, well, let's just say in the at least in the movie it wasn't obvious.
Okay.
It wasn't obvious because then they wouldn't be chasing them. Why would the cops think of them as fugitive?
Because they shot a cop. They
And
still
they
shot a
ran.
cop. They would still,
Yeah.
and they ran. You would still. If they would have stayed there and literally just had the cops show up and be like, "This is what happened. Look at the fucking video," because there's a dash cam pointing at them the whole time. They would have been like, "Okay, then we'll take this court." Things would have gone completely differently. They probably would have gone into their favor after that. So I had a real big issue.
I don't
With that.
know.
She's
I
an
think-
attorney.
no,
She
no,
should know that.
No.
It was like,
I
I don't know. It was dumb.
think because they ran because they felt that because they were black and they shot a
Mhm.
cop
And-
that people would not side with them.
Yeah.
That was the whole point of that.
Yeah.
So the things they're
Also-
saying, we know it wasn't their fault.
Yeah.
We know there's a camera there, but the point of the scene in the movie is that no one's gonna believe them.
Yeah. Here's the thing.
So it's either you
that
believe that no one's gonna believe them, or you believe that they are gonna believe them.
Yeah, in
So
that
the movie,
situation,
the
yeah.
point of the movie is that no one's gonna believe them.
Okay, but they make it seem it's like if you're black, you're 100% screwed in any situation ever, even if it's obviously not your fault.
Well, I don't think
No, that's not real
Well-
life. Like, they do win sometimes. This is one of those fucking times. Like, it's just like, come on, like, just 'cause minorities are like we would have a less chance of winning the case if it was like a white dude, right? Doesn't mean we lose all cases, right?
Okay.
So they made it seem like you will
But
lose
this-
all
okay,
cases.
but they killed the cop.
Yeah.
So how's this? This isn't like a random or normal middle of the pack.
Yeah, but
violent case. This is like they killed the cop.
yeah, but
like,
there was video footage of the whole thing, the whole entire thing that went down, and audio footage.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're not lawyers. We're not police officers, and we're
Okay.
trying to decide like, what
Yeah.
happened in that situation.
I guess so.
That's very hard.
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
me, that's not a big problem because it doesn't
You know
matter.
what?
It doesn't matter, like how
What
it
would
would
have
go
actually
down in real
happened,
life.
what-
Yeah.
yeah.
What matters is what the story was trying to tell us. The story
Yeah.
was clearly trying to tell us that
yeah, no.
they were not gonna get by
Yeah.
I
after
guess.
this.
Yeah.
I
So
that's
guess
the
so.
point.
And also, people make stupid decisions and run all the time.
Yeah.
I guess they just
yeah, and
have
like
to make a wrong decision.
yeah, I don't know. Like, as far as like the whole like them running, like, it was just like, okay, Alex, don't do that. I already know what you're doing.
Like,
I don't have I understand why they ran. I just feel like they didn't need to in that case.
Mhm.
And I also feel like they disarmed the cop at that point. I felt like they didn't need to shoot him. I guess it was reactionary, whatever. But I just feel like they had the gun. Like, why do you need to shoot the guy? Like, you know?
Yeah.
Wait, why did they need to keep the gun? You're asking? Or
No, why did they shoot him instead of just like, okay, stop, like, calm down, like.
Well,
Where-
when the guy shot him, he was on the floor and the cop was charging him.
That is true.
The cop was going
I
towards them,
guess,
and
yeah.
I mean they would have gotten another wrestling match, and maybe he would have taken the gun from him,
Yeah.
and then he for sure would have shot him. I think at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay. So when okay.
Whatever.
So when I got to that part of the movie, I remember like the beginning, leading up to that part was really good. Like I like
2 minutes before that
I
part.
like
Okay.
I like how well leading up to because this
They had good
I'm only
chemistry.
saying this because this happened like 3-4 times throughout the movie where I was really enjoying it and then something happened where I was just kind of like that kind of killed part of the movie for me. So before that, I loved how when they got pulled over, like they did a really good job in making the scene really intense. When the lawyer, the attorney girl is like, oh, like what do you have in your car? Like do you have anything legal? Did you do anything? Like it was just really good. Like she's smart about it and she knows that they could be screwed because they're probably gonna get searched because they're black. And then the guy comes up and he's right there. They're talking to them and they're just trying to be calm. I loved all that. That was really really good.
Okay.
So leading up to that scene was good, and then it got to that scene, and I
So then what?
Like,
so
I
what?
don't know.
So
I didn't buy it.
So
Didn't buy it.
where did you not buy it? Because okay, so far
I
you
didn't
like
buy
it.
him pulling out the gun.
Okay, did you buy the cop being racist and he's going through their car unnecessarily?
Yeah. Everything
Right?
up to the point of him actually pulling out the gun.
Up to the
reason,
point he said, "Can you hurry up?"
yeah.
Right?
And then he's like,
af-
what?
after
What'd you
like-
say? Like, oh,
Yeah.
it's just that I'm cold. What? Pulls out his gun. It's like, what? I wasn't
that was
buying it. I was
pretty
like, why is he? What is this?
I mean,
This is what they decided on. This is what they wrote. Like,
That's-
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
let's
really feel like they could have
Let's
done.
move on
way
from this
better.
because
Alright.
we're
That
spending
was-
too much
yeah.
time on it.
that was not.
So as far as like the rest of the movie, I enjoy their chemistry a lot. I think the two lead characters, like
Yeah.
they obviously stole the show. They did really good. Everything that they're
there should have been almost a full romance movie, just like a love story between them.
Well, it was like
It was like a little bit of that,
50%
yeah.
Well, not 50%, but half the movie was a romance. The other half
I wanted
was them
more of
running
that.
away.
Yeah.
I wanted more of that.
I wanted as much as you can get out of it.
I wanted more romance and more like cops on scenes and like making it really really intense and them actually running instead of all the in between, like going here and then going there, like I don't know, driving. Someone's driving.
That's like the point of that type of movie style. It's it's like a road tripping movie. That's
Yes.
what they're called. So
Yes.
they're gonna be in a car a lot.
I
That's
realize
just kind of
that.
they just kind of have to be as part of the genre of it. As far as like the issues with I had with the movie besides that, I didn't like the riot scene, like with the kid killing the cop.
Yes. Okay. So remember, I said it 3-4 times this happened throughout the movie. That was another scene. Was the
Yeah.
riot scene when he kills the cop. I was like, that was kind of dumb. Like it was weird. Like
Yeah, it was. It felt kind of out of place.
Yeah.
Especially with this, it was happening during a sex scene too. Like
yeah.
it was cutting back and forth
Yeah.
between the sex scene and a kid killing a cop. It was just like I don't know. if we
I didn't
needed-
understand the scene, but I didn't sure the way it was the way it was
Cut.
positioned, like cut, like with the other scene. It didn't make sense to me either. But as far as like a kid shooting the other cop, like I didn't, that made sense to me at least. I think Alex didn't make sense to him that he would shoot the cop. I mean, I think that
I
makes sense.
I think it did make sense because they kind of set up to the kid to wanting to have like that type of impact as them. So
Like he looked up to them.
Yeah, he looked up to them for like
Well, he thought they did
what
what they did on purpose.
yeah.
But
And I think he just it was like another one of those situations where he's like, you don't really have to do this, you know, like you didn't have to go from that point to that
Yeah.
point.
That quick. Yeah.
Yeah. But
yeah, he just like pulled out his gun.
I mean,
just telling him to go home. Like, hey, dude,
yeah,
just
it
go
was
home,
a
get
small
out
part of the movie,
Just doing my
so
job, and he pulls out a gun and just shoots him. It's like, wow.
because they didn't really like make much more of a deal out of it after that. Like it just happened, and then it just like, all right, we'll show like a quick scene of the family, like his dad at the end, like crying, and that was pretty much it. Like with his story, like there wasn't really much else about it after that point. And then also,
the shooting at the end.
yeah, that was intense.
You
Like,
didn't
the-
like it. You did.
I didn't have a problem with it.
I had a
Me
problem
neither.
with it.
Alex
I
had
don't know.
Alex goes.
I had another issue with
Oh
him
my
just carrying the
God.
body and just walking up towards them. It's
Okay.
just like,
So that was the point of
the
that was the point of the movie. Was he's like, either way, anything he does, he's fucked.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Them.
Yeah. Well, him carrying the body, and it's just like, well,
That's what I said. Yeah.
this is me using it as a symbol. Like, I think he understood, like,
He was
how-
he was committing suicide,
yeah,
right?
yeah, like he understood that he was dead regardless.
Alex doesn't believe that they would have shot him.
They would have. Yeah.
I think so too.
I felt like they had to try to cover it up in a way.
Like he was walking towards them. He
They-
was saying stop. He was a criminal. He's been running. If you just been
Yeah.
running away,
They-
he's already killed a cop. They know that they took the gun away from the original cop.
I
They don't
don't
know if
know.
he still has it.
Yeah.
What if he has it
True.
underneath him? He just grabs it and then bam, he's like
Probably.
they would have shot him.
Yeah.
I think they could have done that scene a little bit better. I don't know.
Alex
I
thinks-
thought it was.
Well, what was weird about that scene?
I don't know. I just didn't. I didn't see him doing that. Like I don't know. It was weird. Like him just walking up to them and committing suicide. Like did he really like her that much? That he was gonna commit suicide.
Well,
He was
well,
on her for
yeah.
3 days.
I mean,
Tops.
so
He was gonna go to jail for the rest of his life anyway.
yeah.
Like,
Maybe.
that's sad. He was screwed.
No, he
No,
would
he
have.
was.
He would have.
Even
For
if
running?
even
Yeah.
even for running for all the
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
that's
no way
so-
there he's gonna get out of that. And I didn't really have a problem with it. And I thought them talking to each other was a little bit awkward, kind of like right,
Conversation?
yeah, like while they were waiting, and then she gets shot.
Uh-huh.
I thought that like the dialogue between them was a little bit weird because I think they knew that they were one of them was about to get shot or something. I think they had an idea that was gonna happen to them. I felt like they knew that they weren't gonna
I
be
don't
able to
think
get
that.
out of
I
that.
just thought that even if they weren't gonna get shot, like their lives were done because they're gonna be in
Yeah.
prison at the very least.
Yeah.
for the rest of their lives.
So I don't know, but like just like they're like, oh, and you're gonna be my legacy or whatever, and then boom, like it was a loud ass gunshot, and then
That was scary as fuck.
yeah, it scared the
Scared
crap out of me.
shit out of me.
I wasn't expecting that
Yeah, it's
part.
just-
Like
I
but-
enjoyed that part. I enjoyed.
But yeah,
that
I don't know.
scene.
I felt like the dialogue was a little bit weird before they
Well, I
did
think
get.
it had to do with the conversation they had in the car before.
Yeah.
It was a whole legacy conversation.
Yeah, like what like they want out of a relationship and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But yeah, I don't know. Overall,
Did you guys catch that it was the dude with the grills that sold them
Yeah.
out
Yeah,
at
what do
the
you
end?
mean?
And,
Yeah.
that was a funny scene too when he's just showing him like counting his money on the table. With, I don't
Yeah.
know, just cartoony, just throughout. Like, just little scenes like that.
Was
Like
it
that was like the guy was a
cartoony?
cartoon character with the girl, and just like
Mm.
count my money in front of the table, and just so we can show that this is the guy that sold them out. It's like I don't know, it felt
Yeah.
weird. My favorite scene though was the dancing scene in the bar. That was a good scene. Yeah, when they get in there and then like people recognize them, they're like, "Oh, you guys are safe here," and they're just dancing like that. That was cool. That
I
was my
think
first scene.
well, out of all the things that like were weird too that don't make sense,
Uh-huh.
I don't understand how you didn't mention something like, oh, everyone recognized them and no
Yeah.
one said anything before that. Like,
yeah.
everywhere they went, everybody instantly recognized them and
Yeah.
no one ever said anything. To me, that's harder to believe. That's way harder to believe.
Everyone
then-
recognized them.
So like,
at the club or when they
Okay,
were
yeah,
dancing,
what-
everyone recognized them and
no matter where they went.
and no one ever said anything.
And
Yeah,
the
the
only time-
mechanic.
That was all.
didn't
Yeah,
recognize
so
them, they were saying-
that was
they
all
said-
black people, and then the mechanic
Mm.
was a black dude.
Well,
It was-
Well,
the
the gas
couple-
station they could have.
Well, the person who sold them out was a black person. So what are you talking about? Not every black person.
oh
can
sure, I
back
guess
them up.
so. I guess so. No, wait,
Chances
wait,
are
wait,
someone
but
will
we're
say
missing
something.
my my least favorite scene of the whole movie. The biggest moment where I went, that was really dumb. When
What?
the liquor store, the gas
Oh, the
station, when he
gun.
gives them the loaded gun. What is going on? Why? What was the point of that scene? It was so ridiculous.
That was weird.
He
but-
literally, oh god, okay. So he goes in there to rob the liquor store because they don't have any money, so he's trying to get gas, right? And he goes in there and he tells the guy to fill up the tank, and the guy's like waiting for him. The cashier's like waiting for him to give money, and he shows him his gun, right?
Mhm.
Slim shows him his gun. He's like, fill it up,
Is that
right?
their names?
I don't.
Slim, I was just calling Queen and Slim.
I don't know.
Shows him
where the
shows him
names came from.
shows him his
Yeah.
gun, and the cashier kind of laughs and was like, "Oh, you're not a killer or whatever. Like you don't look like a killer." And it's like, "Oh, I'll pay for your whole tank if you just let me hold it." So he gives him the gun. He doesn't empty it. He doesn't take out the
I don't think you would
the
even know
clip.
how to do
He
it.
just
yeah.
okay, here, let me give you a loaded gun. After I just showed you my gun and threatened you, kind of to fill up my tank.
Well, he didn't
Well,
know he
he
threatened
kn-
him.
Yeah,
He
he
really
d-
threatened him.
yeah, he kind of just didn't really seem like he like felt threatened in that situation
mean,
for one,
Nah,
and
it
then
was so
I
dumb.
think he was.
So that
Why
took
did he
me
do that though?
right out of it.
There
And-
was a.
I think that
He was
shows like
desperate for
his
money.
huh?
I think they were just desperate. For
Yeah,
money.
and like it shows that his character too a little bit, that he's
Take
not a
out-
bad person. Like he's obviously like he doesn't. He's obviously too trusting too. Like
Take
he-
out the mag out of the
Yeah.
gun and
Do
then
you-
give him the
I mean,
gun. No,
you-
give him a loaded gun.
Yeah, but I mean,
And then
it's just-
leading up to that too. Leading
Yeah.
up to that was really good. Because it was when they found
Minus
the sheriff.
beginning part.
When they found the sheriff.
Minus-
Well, yeah, leading up to the beginning, really good. After that whole cop scene when they're running away, when they find
Yeah.
the sheriff, when they hitch a ride from the sheriff, that part was really intense. It was really good. And then they put him in the trunk, and then the gas station scene. It's just
Yeah.
like, wow, that was dumb. It was just
Yeah.
like so many of those scenes. I was like, oh, why are they
Yeah.
doing this? It's like
I didn't.
I
they
don't
were
know.
going going for something poetic there.
You know what? I feel
And they
like
sacrificed just making sense.
you're saying all the wrong thing, all the different things that I would have said, because I mean there were some I did have a problem with it, but that scene with the gun scene, I don't have a problem with him giving to him.
Giving
Oh,
him a
I
loaded
don't-
gun?
No, I don't have a problem with that, because in some places everyone has guns, and okay, I mean, it's not a big deal to give someone a gun. No one's. If someone has people have guns, like in Texas, people have guns all the time. Okay, so if someone has a gun doesn't mean they're automatically gonna shoot you.
After he's a fugitive
Well, he
running
didn't
from the
know-
law, there's newspapers right next to the
but
cashier
I think
with his face on
yeah,
it.
I think
The
the
weird-
cashier probably
He went in there
knew,
to
too.
rob the liquor store, rob the gas.
But he didn't know.
After
he didn't
all
know
that, you still think it was okay for him to give him the gun? Come on.
that wasn't the weird part. The weird part was when the guy pointed at him for like 10 seconds and didn't say
Yeah,
anything.
it was awkward.
That was
Yeah.
like, what is he doing?
Again, they're going for something poetic instead of actually making sense. They're like, all right, we're gonna want to get this guy, point the gun at him, and like have this really deep stare. Like, oh, we gotta have him give him a gun. Oh, we gotta make sure it's loaded though, because if not, then it wouldn't be as scary or intimidating. Like they went for the poetic thing of him pointing a gun at him and being like, oh, instead of making sense, and they did that several times throughout the movie. It's just
I
like,
mean,
it didn't really make much
it
sense.
it was
but
it
okay.
was
It
it was
didn't make
weird, but it
really
didn't bother me that much.
Mm.
I think, like I said, I think a lot of the things that I found weird in the movie that I had problems with weren't like so significant where it
They
was just
weren't.
like took me out of it either.
Yeah, I felt like
Yeah,
there were small stuff. Like
Yeah.
they weren't.
yeah.
big-
I
that
think
big of a-
overall as a movie,
Yeah, it
like,
wasn't that
was-
big of a deal. Like
yeah.
it was like, to me, it was like
Yeah.
if you want.
Yeah.
I know Gus was getting on our ass because we were like nitpicking Star Wars, but to me those are like big holes that I couldn't like you can't get around. But whatever, I don't want to bring that back. But this movie was like these are small stuff that you're just like making into big deals.
Nah,
like you
I
can
saw
literally do it with any movie.
I saw a really good movie in there. I like a really good movie in there,
I-
and it was just
yeah.
four of those big moments where it was just kind of like, I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know,
wasn't-
but I wouldn't say the gas station was a big moment. But okay, whatever.
With the he gave him a loaded gun, guys.
It wasn't a big moment in the sense of the story, though.
No. It was a
No-
big moment that
none of
it
them were
took.
big.
That it was really dumb.
Yeah,
It was a
okay.
really dumb scene.
All right, whatever. Do you guys have anything else you want to talk about for this specific movie?
Nah, let's just read it.
All right.
So we can talk about it.
I will give this. Ooh.
Dude, I want to see my previous score.
You should have brought it up.
6.5.
6.5.
Yeah,
So
I liked it, but I didn't love it. Yeah.
I'm gonna say 7.3.
Okay.
and I'm gonna say, well, I forgot to mention too that I also got bored throughout, like quite a bit throughout the movie. There was
Well,
a few
we-
moments where I got
You're so
Okay.
like I was a little bored,
little
and I was
long.
like,
It
this
was
is
long,
stretching.
but yeah.
So 6.5. I give it 6.5 as well.
Okay.
Wait, what'd you give Gus?
6.5.
You give it the same thing as Gus?
He's a copycat.
After
Alright.
all that, I thought you would hate it way more.
No. No, I look. It was a really good movie. Besides those,
Is this
little
your lowest
things.
rated movie?
No.
Because this is by far the movie that I've heard you talk the worst about.
No,
Yeah.
Easily. Not just
I
right now
think-
in our conversation, but the conversations before we had
No.
today.
Yeah, I think.
Over,
I can't
I
think,
think
of
you-
over
another
Star
movie.
Wars.
Yeah, you. I mean,
Close
Sal
to
was
Star
more.
Wars.
Sal was
You know
telling
what?
more
Take that
about
back.
it.
Take that back. Star Wars, we talked a little more shit, but this
But
one
yeah.
is like close.
All right, let's go on to Uncut Gems. So this movie I thought was really intense throughout. Like it was stressful. It was
Very
a stressful
stressful.
movie.
So sweaty movie.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a sweaty movie for sure.
Super sweaty.
And for that, I kind of didn't like it as much.
I kind of agree with you.
Me too. I feel like I enjoyed it more after it was over.
Yeah.
Like I got to really think about it, but during it, I was uncomfortable the whole time. I was watching. I was like, oh my
It
god.
kind of reminded me a little bit of the Joker too.
The Joker. Okay.
Joker.
Yeah. Oh
100%.
yeah. The Joker was more embarrassing, like cringy moments, which were also uncomfortable.
Yeah,
But this one was
it
more-
made you feel uncomfortable the whole movie.
Mhm.
Joker too.
Yeah, for sure made me feel uncomfortable, but it wasn't like stressful uncomfortable. This movie, Uncut Gems,
This was more
was
of
you-
a fast
you
paced
felt-
uncomfortable.
yeah,
Mm.
like yeah, didn't let you breathe.
Yeah.
Dude, I wanted
Not
to
only that,
breathe, man.
They were talking loud.
They were
whole
yelling.
Yeah.
They were
Yeah,
yelling.
The
Yeah, the
dialogue
whole
in this
movie.
movie was people yelling at each other. It's like, what do you want? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, where's the money? And it's just like, whoa, like what's going on? And I thought it was just
yeah,
the
it's
beginning.
Just hectic.
I
Yeah.
thought it was just gonna be like the beginning scene, but no, it was.
Yeah, there were
was
very
the
very
whole
few
movie.
very few moments of it like just like
They
all
toned it
right.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It-
But that's what they were going for.
Yeah.
That were trying to make you like feel really stressed and like feel agitated, and
Hated that.
so I mean it worked in a sense. In a sense, it worked.
I mean,
Maybe it wasn't enjoyable, but that's what they were going for. So I liked it after knowing that, after feeling that's probably what they were going for.
well, I don't doubt it. I mean, it's just kind of it's yeah, it's just
Was
that's
so
just
weird.
how it is.
To me,
I'd-
they did their job. Honestly, they did their job. They made this movie to try to make you
But
feel
does
like
that
really, really.
but does that is that a good movie though? Like that's the thing with it for me. Like it made me stressed and it made me like, oh fuck, what's gonna happen to these characters? But at the same time, like I didn't enjoy it, like how it
Yeah.
made me feel. You know,
yeah,
I think,
I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to talk about because I've been
think-
seeing like a
I
lot
think
of
it
like,
is a good thing because it's kind of like a horror movie. If it scares you, you did a job. Like,
yeah,
you're not gonna like it, but or someone might not like it,
yeah,
but some people do like it. But if it did that, then it did what it wanted to do, and therefore,
yeah.
Good
I
job.
guess I'm just a
I
little
agree.
bit torn on it because I just don't like this type of genre of movie in general. Like
Uh-huh.
like this type of I don't even know how to categorize it. Like it's this weird
Fast
like
pace,
drama thing. Like
it felt like the Joker though. Did you like the Joker?
I did, but it didn't feel like the Joker to
Me, it did. It was
I
like
don't know.
totally.
And-
We're talking about the stressfulness because it was just as stressful. The thing was, it was how it was different. Like I said, it felt like Joker was a little more slow paced.
I didn't feel like
Yeah.
the Joker was that stressful in my opinion, but
I was pretty nervous throughout the Joker,
I
like
was
throughout the
I felt
movie.
like I
Yeah,
was
I felt like,
nervous,
oh man, like something like this was gonna pop. Something's gonna happen. Like you know, I felt like, oh, we just
especially
did something
after-
embarrassing. Like, what
especially
if-
after the first time he
kill someone.
yeah, or he's gonna do something embarrassing
Yeah,
too. Like
yeah.
it's just,
Yeah.
what the
yeah. But I
Um,
liked Adam Sandler's performance.
Okay, so
Um,
I want to get to this because I
Ac-
feel like he was kind of just acting like himself,
I
but a
was
little
just
bit
about to
more
say that.
vulgar.
I was just about to say
Like
that.
a little bit more crude or not crude. That's
Yeah.
maybe like a little more dark. I don't know. It just didn't feel like I've been seeing like a lot of promotion like on Twitter and stuff like that. Like, oh, this
For-
movie is like
For him,
yeah, like he's
Best
gonna
actor?
get
Uh-huh.
best actor nominations. Like this movie should be like nominated for best picture. I'm just like, maybe I fell under the South syndrome. and was like, I did not.
Well,
I
you
did
know
not,
what?
Like feel like this was
I f-
like worthy of all this
Uh-huh.
buzz.
I
you
felt
know?
like when someone's acting, I think he did a good job. I think he
I-
did a
I
good job.
think he
I
did
think he did. He played the character he's supposed to.
The
But at the
way
end of the
that-
day,
yeah.
it was himself.
Mm.
It was that's weird. So I think there's some actors that can play themselves and like they can change themselves a little bit
Mm.
here and there, but for the most part they're just playing themselves and they're really good at playing that character. More importantly, he himself fit the character than
Mhm.
anything. I guess.
Yeah.
If that makes
Like-
sense. But then there's other
Go ahead.
actors who completely like change persons and like
yeah.
so it's weird. But you can change persons completely and not be as good though.
Mhm.
That makes sense.
Yeah. No. Totally.
So I think he didn't change persons that much,
Mm.
but he still did good being what he was supposed
Yeah.
to do. Does that make
Yeah, I do get that. And like I was actually watching an interview with him. Apparently this movie was written like over 10 years ago and like pretty much like around the time like the playoffs like that they were like
Oh,
talking
Oh, for
really?
about.
2012.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So like almost like 10 years ago and like I guess the directors and writers, they came up to his agent and he just didn't want anything to
Sandler?
do with it. Yeah, Adam Sandler. He didn't even like read
Why
the
did they go
script or
to
anything.
him first?
I don't know.
Maybe
Well,
free.
no, they gave it to his agent and all that stuff, but I guess he
Oh.
hadn't heard of them before, so he was like, fuck them. Like, I don't want to
The
like, work with them.
directors.
Yeah, because
Okay.
they're like indie directors
Okay.
pretty
Okay.
much. And then I guess they wrote that movie specifically for him in mind. So it makes sense that
makes a
they
lot of
wanted
sense.
him to be like that, like him,
Yeah.
but just like on another
Who does
level.
that? Really? They wrote it exclusively for
when-
him?
Yeah,
When-
they didn't make the movie for 10 years because they only wanted him to play the role.
That's so weird.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
no one else does that.
When
Like,
they wrote Aladdin, they wrote the genie's character with
Robin Williams.
Robin
in
Williams in mind.
well,
So people definitely do that.
well,
that. Yeah,
Like,
I don't know,
they
but
literally were like,
Aladdin
please
was the
take
story
the spark.
before Aladdin.
Sure,
wasn't
no,
it?
yeah, I'm talking about the script. Well, yeah, when they
Yeah,
wrote the
it was
script, when they wrote the
script for
genie,
cartoon,
yeah, they're
Aladdin.
like, we're really hoping Robin Williams, because this is written for him, and then he
Mhm.
accepted it. So,
but
Hmm.
so
Yeah,
people do
so-
that.
That's
so I do get that too. Like he did do well for I think the thing that separates this from other Adam Sandler movies is that I think it was a little bit more well written as far as the dialogue goes, even though it was
Yeah.
a lot of yelling. The thing,
it was
I-
not Adam Sandler movie.
yeah, it's not exactly, and also like his fake teeth that he was wearing in the
Yeah.
movie like bothered me, like because I feel like he had this really awkward smile like a lot of the time.
He was wearing
Yeah.
fake teeth.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what it was, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did feel like he had an awkward smile. I couldn't
Yeah.
figure out what it was. I guess, yeah, it makes
Wait,
sense.
I never realized he was wearing fake teeth.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't realize either until he said it, but now I'm like,
Right
okay,
now?
yeah, he was wearing fake teeth for
Yeah.
sure.
If you didn't realize,
Yeah.
then he did his job.
Well, yeah, I guess. Well,
Like
I
the
knew
Leia
I
thing.
knew there was something
Like
off
the
though.
Leia thing.
Yeah.
I knew it was
Yeah.
something off. and
But
I
yeah,
couldn't
it's
figure out
just
what it was.
it
No,
was
I
it was like overall I enjoyed it kind of because I did like the characters and like what they were doing with them and
Uh-huh.
everything. But it was really stressful and it was like goddamn, like
Yeah.
especially the ending. Like I was so mad with it.
Yeah.
He just died. and
I
then
honestly, it took me way by surprise. I can't
Yeah.
believe I didn't see it coming. Like,
I don't think anyone saw it
I don't.
coming.
Yeah, I really thought they were just
I
gonna
was like, yeah, he
celebrate
finally
it.
fucking
And he
won.
finally
like,
got it. Yeah, this is it.
You know, well, watching the movie, I was like, damn, this movie's gonna end bad. Like,
Yeah.
like it's already he's gonna like. There's no way
He's gonna make it out.
he's
of
gonna
this.
make it out of this.
Yeah.
Like, he's gonna end up like being killed at the end or something. I really thought that in the beginning,
Mhm.
and then when they made the bet, I was like, oh, like, and they were winning.
Yeah.
Like, oh, maybe it's gonna end good. I'm
Yeah.
gonna love this movie. Like, I'm gonna love this movie. And then bam, it got
Exactly.
They brought your hopes up,
Yeah,
so
I
they could
know,
just
that-
crush them.
But I felt like they made me like it more though.
Yeah.
yeah,
in
yeah,
a weird way.
yeah.
I don't know why
It
they made
would.
me like more
It
like-
would have been a forgettable movie if they just had him win and happy ending.
Mhm.
But the fact that they killed him off, it's like, oh, I'm gonna remember this movie for
It didn't
for
make
a long
sense,
time.
but poetically it made sense.
no, it made sense. The dude, you locked the dude. You locked the dude in a cage with a gun.
It makes sense.
Oh,
Who would
God.
do that, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
for
That's
sure
such
you
a
would do
dumb
that.
thing.
That fool was pissed. They locked him in a cage with a gun.
No, you
dude.
see, like if this was me, like
Oh.
would you in Queen Slim, like why would he do that? That made no sense that he shot him. honestly.
Heck yeah, you put him in a cage.
Because so he got mad. That's why
Yeah.
he shot him because he was mad.
Hell yeah, dude.
I thought
There's-
I thought it was more weird that he killed his boss, not that
Okay, okay, that's the other reason why I think it's
Yeah.
weird.
yeah.
The other guy's his boss.
Yeah.
right?
Well,
He's
kind
like-
of. Yeah, it's paying for
Those
him.
two guys
He's-
are his muscles.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right? That's his boss. Like this guy wanted $1 million, right? He's
Yeah.
gonna pay him back, and if anything, this guy will get paid more.
No, he's not gonna get paid. He's not gonna get jack shit out of that. He's collecting for his
He's
boss.
his-
He's not getting any of that money.
He's his
That's why he
muscle.
killed
He's
him.
paying him
Doesn't
whatever. He's
matter.
his boss.
That's not that. None of that money was going to him. He was just
Uh.
pissed about the fact that he locked him in a cage and he had a gun. He's like, "Fuck that! I'm gonna kill this guy. Kill him. Just rob the
Yeah.
Okay.
the
So-
store that has millions of dollars
Alex,
probably
okay,
in there."
you're
like-
making it sound like duh, like of course he should have killed him, like duh. If
That's
you kill
wh-
someone, you go to jail for the rest of your life. It's not a
Sure.
smart thing to kill someone, dude.
yeah, these guys are
It
criminals.
doesn't matter
dude.
how much.
These guys could probably go to the jail for the rest of their life if they got caught doing some of the stuff they probably got.
Well,
So that's
we
I
don't
don't think
know
they're,
what
I don't
else they
think
did.
they're thinking
I'm
like,
pretty
oh,
sure
I don't,
this is a
I'm
net-
not gonna kill him because I don't want to go to jail.
You're putting yourself too much into like the character right now, like trying to like think like,
Came
oh,
out
what
of-
would I do if I was
He
a?
should not. I don't understand why he did it.
It wasn't
other than
necessary.
He was mad.
It-
Other
it
than
wa-
he was mad.
It wasn't necessary,
I
but it
was-
wasn't like this giant leap of logic either. Like he was a hothead throughout the movie.
Yeah.
Like
It
so
was
it
as-
was
okay, you're right. I agree with you, but I'm just saying it's as logical as everything that happened in Queen Slim. Is what I'm saying. That's what I think.
I guess. I mean, I don't
No,
know.
not even close to it.
Anyways, so
Hey, how about Kevin Garnett's acting though?
yeah,
I
he
actually
did-
thought
he
it
did
was
really
pretty good.
I mean,
I
he's
did-
playing himself,
I
so
I forgot it was Kevin Garnett most of the time, but just because of the fact, I mean, he was actually playing Kevin Garnett, so
I don't know.
so it was hard to forget that. But
I don't know. I guess.
but I liked him. I liked the two female actors, the girlfriend and the wife. The wife was fucking hilarious when she would like talk shit to Adam Sandler's character. I thought she was really good, and then I liked the girlfriend's character too.
Yeah. The
Very
only other problem I have with the movie, like, I did like their acting, but they weren't that huge of a part either. I think.
The girl had a big part.
The girlfriend did, yeah,
Yeah.
but the wife was just like a couple of scenes.
Yeah.
I think the ending, like not having a resolution, like the girlfriend leaves Vegas or not Vegas, is like New Jersey or something probably. And then is it?
Oh yeah,
It was
that's
like,
true.
I wish there was a little
No,
bit more
I-
resolution, like
I'm
what
glad it
happens
ended right
after
there.
that
No,
point.
I mean there was nothing. We knew what was gonna happen after that. She was gonna find out that he died, and then
Probably keep the
it
money.
was gonna be sad for her, whatever. But I mean, yeah, she kept the money. Yeah.
Well,
sure.
I mean, they could have like killed her
I don't
too or
think they-
something.
I
It's
know, what
like,
if she went
nah,
back? What if she went
she
back?
got away. She
Did she though? Because
She
what
got,
if
the
she
guys
has
were
to
waiting
go
for her at the
back there.
casino. The guys were waiting for her at the casino, waiting for her to check out,
Yeah.
and the guy helped her out. I think
Yeah.
that showed us that she got away from them. That they're not gonna.
I
If
mean,
they don't
like,
show what
when
happened
she
after
goes back
that,
to New
yeah.
York or whatever.
If they don't
it's
show what
just-
happened after that, then that
They
means
left it as she
they
got
left
away.
it as that she got
Yeah.
away. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I felt like it was just like
yeah, I was with Gus on that one too.
they needed to do a little bit
Yeah.
more
They
to as
kinda
far as
explained it.
resolution.
What about his
but
kids, his wife? Like
Yeah.
they didn't
Well,
show
I-
them finding out. Like I don't know. They just killed him off and then
I mean, his daughter didn't like him,
No one.
and his wife, or
his
yeah,
wife hated him.
hated him. And then the son, the oldest son, seemed to have liked him until he found out that he had a girlfriend.
Oh yeah.
Well, they were already getting divorced, weren't they? Were they
They
getting divorced?
were. They
Separated?
didn't tell anyone.
They didn't tell the kids.
Yeah, they didn't tell the kids. Yeah,
But they were already.
they were
separated,
like
kind of.
separated, but
Yeah.
in the process of getting a divorce.
Yeah. So I'm saying like he wasn't like. I guess
Like-
I don't know. Was he cheating or no? He wasn't cheating because
No.
his
I think-
wife knew about it.
I think he cheated, and then they got
Uh,
to that point.
Did they explain?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
It could be just that they didn't explain it at all, but that's how I assumed it was.
Oh, I also one of my favorite actors too. His assistant, the one that brings in people to sell, the one that brought
Oh.
Kevin Garnett. What's his
Yeah,
name? What's his
sorry
name?
to bother you, guy.
Yeah, that
Get
Yeah,
out.
he was really good. I like him in every movie I see him.
Yeah,
That
He's
guy's a
pretty
really,
good.
really good
He's
actor.
pretty good. Yeah.
mm. But yeah.
Okay, let's rate
Anything
this
else?
No.
Yeah. Stressful movie,
Why am I yawning?
but I thought the story was pretty cool. I like that it revolved around basketball a little bit too.
Yeah.
Because I remember that the Celtics went to the final, or
I was trying to
the
remember the game.
Yeah,
I
I
was like,
was-
"Hey, what happens?
I remembered that, but I also wasn't sure. Like, obviously, I
it
didn't
can't
know
be
his
right.
I didn't know his performance. So I was like,
Yeah.
oh, he could have like messed up like 1 point or something like that.
I
you
was
know?
I wasn't really sure about what his bet was completely.
Yeah.
I knew it was a three-way parlay,
Mm.
and even like my girlfriend didn't really
Points,
understand what that was.
rebounds,
And the only reason I knew understand what that was
Silver
was
Linings Playbook.
was from the movie Silver Linings Playbook. Yeah. So, but I didn't know what the parlays were, so I knew
Yeah.
one was like the tip off, the one
Yeah.
was
Points
they
and
had to win,
rebounds.
Points.
and the one was
and-
points and rebound. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the points and rebound were like,
Interchangeable.
yeah, I guess yeah.
Yeah.
At least he could get,
Yeah.
at least he either had to get 26 points or 9 rebounds.
Yeah.
So
So
I don't know. I just thought.
But yeah, I don't know. I thought it was cool movie overall. I don't. It's hard to like describe it for me. I don't know how to describe it, but
I mean,
I'll
it was like
probably-
a low budget. I wasn't like a.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So
It was-
it's like this weird kind of like indie movie, but with like big name people in it.
Yeah.
You know, Adam Sandler's a big name regardless of how you view him as an actor. Like he's not a good actor, but he's a big name actor. Like
Okay.
How about the
Yeah.
weird music? The little
I
like
liked it.
galaxy.
It made it more
stars.
stressful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It felt like
I
it was the
wow.
80s or 70s.
Yeah.
It
It
felt like
felt mysterious. I
Yeah.
felt like they had mysterious music.
for me,
playing
almost
in
like
the
Stranger
background.
Things, or I don't
Yeah,
know,
yeah, kind of.
combined with something else.
but
Yeah.
rating time. I will give this a 7.
So higher than Queen Slim.
Yeah. God. I don't know, man. I feel like I liked it. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I'll give it a 7.
Yeah, I'm giving it a 7.
I don't know how to justify it more than that right now.
You guys?
I'm copying Gus as well.
I'm giving it 7.5. Wow.
So you liked it
Some
more
more
than
than Queen and Slim?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like the one Queen Slim.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Me and Gus
By
had the same mind.
0.2.
By point.
Because it's 7.3, remember? 7.3 after.
Yeah, you said 7.3.
Yeah.
Oh, what
okay.
movies are we watching though?
1917, right?
1917. We said that last week,
And
but it turns
then-
out it
yeah.
comes out this week.
And then what else is? Well, we don't have to watch
Frozen
a
2.
new movie. We could watch something.
What about The Grudge?
The Grudge.
No.
Scary movie.
No.
It has like, really
No.
bad reviews.
Or
right?
Bombshell. What about Bombshell? There's a
really
Richard
don't
Jewell.
No.
Beautiful
What's
Day
that?
in the
I
neighborhood.
definitely don't want to see
What?
that.
You
I
guys
feel like
are-
that'll be boring.
Dude, I feel like it'd be so boring too.
You guys, we gotta watch
Oscar
more
is
movies.
nodding his head.
Fine, let's do Frozen. Frozen.
I'd
let's-
honestly rather do Frozen.
Let's put it at undecided and we'll decide. Like,
what?
yeah.
We'll find something on TV or
So
something.
people have to know before they watch. All right, fine, whatever. Okay.
We can put an update out.
All right.
Okay. So yeah.
Maybe something on Netflix.
So 1917. Oh, we could watch.
No.
600 Ground.
What's the? He did the last James Bond movie, right? The
The
director.
Witcher? Wait, no, I didn't talk about.
The director for
1917?
1917 did the last James Bond movie.
Oh,
Did
did
he?
you really?
Sam Mendes or something like that.
Okay.
Maybe we should watch that 'cause the new
Watch
James
what?
Bond movie is coming out soon too.
The
right?
last James Bond movie.
Oh, you know what? It's funny. I haven't seen the last James Bond movie.
I haven't either.
Wait, Spectre?
Spectre, yeah.
I
Wait,
haven't seen it.
oh, you guys haven't?
But I was,
No.
I was in my head. I was planning to watch Spectre and James Bond on the same week.
Okay,
Oh,
let's
okay,
watch
never
it.
mind. then.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
That's
We
true.
can wait then. Shit. Then I don't know. Yeah, we'll decide.
All right.
No worries.
We don't have to.
Yeah.
It's intense.
Until next time. Love you guys. Peace.
Cool.
Oscar.
Close
Oh,
curtain.
shit.